All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. Going to be jumping into the top prop bets here for Flex Friday on PrizePicks. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, so I want to start off with getting into the MLB prop bets that we have today, and then we'll jump into NBA, college basketball still. We're still getting plenty of those good prop bets, and we're getting some good soccer prop bets as well. But again, I want to start with MLB here. So looking at, guys, we do have a few good pitching prop bets right out the bat. So looking at, guys, for Spencer here, there is a chance that he does get a quality start here, okay? So he's projected to get right at 6 innings pitched, which would then be a quality start, most likely just factoring in the fact that it's a low-scoring game. They're 1.5 point favorites in this game as well, so their chances are he could get a win as well. So that is part of it. I think that's why PrizePicks line is actually the highest among all the data points that we have coming in. Okay, so far, averaging 30 fantasy points. The underdog line has it closer to 35.2. Again, slight calculation adjustment for that. Average sportsbook line, though, at 32. Okay, so at that line, we're also seeing that the data is telling us that the under is favored there as well. And so just through and through, that is clearly a decent profit that we're getting there. So, like, yes, I mean, just across the board, a very good bet. Same thing here with Justin Verlander as well, where across the board, a very good bet. And again, looking at the underdog line, we're clearly getting a pretty good edge here. Okay, so underdog has us at 30, PrizePicks at 31.5. Yeah, we probably should be chasing more of the under. Now, again, same situation here, low scoring game. And they're also 1.5 point favorites in this, run favorites in this. So they could end up winning this game. And obviously, if you get a win, that's going to help your chances of getting the over. But the chances are he's probably not going to get a quality start. So at least that's factored in there. We don't really have to worry about that too much here. Projection data suggests that as well. So we're sitting pretty there through and through. That's a very good prop bet for us as well. Then we also have Zach Little here as well, where it's basically the exact same stuff. Now, he is someone that actually went off and really had a good day in his first day pitching thus far this year. That's a slight worry, is that maybe that does continue. Okay, projected to get right around a quality start as well. Probably not going to win, though. That's the thing. So decently high scoring game as well. So yeah, where I'm looking at this line and seeing the fact that PrizePicks has this at 27.5, I'm okay betting the under. Now, personally, I have him in my fantasy baseball league. I'm going to bet this, but I don't exactly want it to hit. It's kind of one of those interesting situations there. From there, we are getting plenty of good hitting fantasy score prop bets as well, guys. If you want to get there as well, definitely can. So we are seeing some pretty clear edges for these over bets, at least on PrizePicks, especially compared to the projection data, underdog data, and the average sportsbook line. So we are getting just right out the back as 1 and 5 really solid bets just right away, right out the board, where the projection data agrees and also the average sportsbook line data agrees as well. Through and through, getting some very good edges there. Matt Chapman's an interesting one there as well at 5.5. Shoot, underdog has us at 7.5. The average sportsbook line is much closer to that, and the projection data also likes the over as well. So just right away, you could place this plus EV bet across the board and have yourself a pretty good Flex Friday slip there just with the MLB prop bets. Okay, so that does it here for MLB. Let's go ahead now and jump into some college basketball prop bets again. And so, yes, guys, looking at, guys, we are getting some pretty darn good edges still for college basketball. I don't need to rehash this as well. I put a video out there ready for you. I've talked about this in a few videos now. We're still getting the same edges that we were getting pretty much. The Petterford line has been an interesting one where it did start off at 26.5. PrizePicks bumped it up a full point and now have since bumped it down 0.5, probably because they realized they made a mistake there. So interesting there. I do think we are getting slightly better bets on underdog, just as an FYI, but we're still getting plenty of good spots here on PrizePicks. Okay, so like for Con here, we're noticing that line on PrizePicks is clearly the outlier data point. We should be pretty good in terms of chasing that prop bet. So now, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump on into the NBA. We are getting some good NBA lines as well. Now, the question is whether or not you guys want to roll with these ones. So we got Isaiah Collier here, where it's going to be a little bit of a sweat. Okay, that's if you look at his game long, they've all been pretty close, but the data is kind of telling us to bet the under. That's what Vegas is expecting here. So I think we can feel decent that Vegas is going to be correct here. Same thing with Jalen Duren as well, where his fantasy score has been basically right there as well. And so given the fact that Vegas is telling us to bet the under, I think we can kind of just trust Vegas there and be like, all right, we're okay with betting the under there as well. As always, I do like to see what the underdog line is for these. We're not getting that, obviously, but I think we'd be okay with that. Okay, and then, guys, we are getting a couple of good, well, like three good soccer prop bets as well. Shots on target 0.5, obviously pretty good edge there. I think we're going to be using that on the bet slip here. And we also are getting another one, 2.5 shots and then 2.5 shots, also decent ones there, but we don't have to dip too far. Again, we are getting pretty solid prop bets for the MLB as well. And then real quickly, guys, I do want to call, we are getting some pretty darn big prop line differences right now for the PGA Tour, where we're getting some lines off by one. This should not be happening. This is crazy. This is a spot where typically I like to attack it on both sites. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing here as well. But I wanted to call those out to you guys because that is crazy. That really should never, ever be happening. And so, guys, let's go ahead and get into the bet of the day here for Flex Friday on PrizePicks. Obviously, we're just taking all the best prop bets that we have currently available. Thankfully, none of them start too soon as well. That's always seemingly the issue on Fridays, is sometimes games will be starting by the time I'm recording the video, and that kind of happens, unfortunately. But yeah, 6 really good prop bets today. It's going to be a pretty decent high volume day, especially with those PGA prop bets I just called out where they're off by a stroke difference, where just to be getting exposure to both sides of it, chances are there's going to be some pushes in there, which should make for at least a break-even day. Chances are it's going to be profitable doing that as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Good luck with all your prop bets today, and as always, let's keep cashing.